What's going on there, gamers and gamers and everybody between? It's your boy QYZ. Yes, I know, the man with many names, the man who is a mystery on the internet, the mysterious enigma incarnate. Yes, plenty of aliases that I've gone by over the years, but I think this one might be my favorite, and it's one of my older ones. But this isn't about me. This is about us. This is about you. But there cannot be anyone who's more about the people than the people's champion, the anointed scholar, the one who is as fraudulent as he is godly. How you doing, subtle fraudulence?
Doing pretty well, here it is. The boys back on the mic yet again, rising from the hiatus to give these people the words of those who will do anything to gain clout in this wild world that we live in. In 2020, when we're all at home, we still got people out here fighting for clout. Nonsense.
Bro, you've never seen Clout Wars, bro? You've never seen the Clout Wars?
What are you talking about? Clout Wars, Rise of the Clout? Or Rise of the Skywalker, maybe?
Nah, it's Clout of the Skywalker now, ladies and gentlemen. And that's where we're at with it at this juncture. I didn't make the rules. I didn't sign up to keep the rules the way they are. That's just what it is. Like I said, this is less about me and more about these other social degenerates out there. But speaking of social degenerates, the social degenerate box is on the way sooner than a lot of people may be thinking. Because let's face it, folks, November is actually not that far away. These next gen consoles are coming out soon. Like less than 6 weeks. It is less than 50 days in which you will be able to have these consoles in your hand. And I am talking about the PS5 and the Xbox refrigerator, aka Series X, aka not the one, but the bigger than the one, but it's the two, but it's not the 360 or the original. Yes, these names make sense.
The series.
Yep, it's the series. It's all of them. It's going to be the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series XBP, Xbox Prime. Trust me, at this point, these names are all ridiculous, but at the end of the day, it might actually end up being the superior console. So we will see where the dust settles. But as we all know right now with Xbox Game Pass and, things of that nature, you don't even need a PC, or excuse me, you don't even need an Xbox console to enjoy the Xbox flagship games, because you could just play them on PC or in some cases your mobile fucking phone. But that's neither here nor there, because the PS5, boy, they make some weird decisions over there at Sony. Like the spoiler screenshots. Would you like to fill them in, Mr. Fraud?
What screenshots you talking about? You talking about the ones about the console, or maybe that presentation they recently did where they showed us the experience of using the menu in the PS5, or
the
screenshots about the UI, or the screenshots that can be taken in game for narrative games that have a spoiler warning attached to them, so that you don't accidentally post spoilers on your social media and ruin it for your friends. It's not like people on Twitter are gonna find another way to do that. Like,
I find it funny because, like, even if you don't have screenshots, do you know how many people just spoil shit all the time? Like, I've never got on social media, like, even for things that aren't like, narrative games, but we'll just take like a TV series that's been on for like seasons. Like, I wasn't spoiled for Game of Thrones things because I saw a screenshot. People just said, yo, can you believe X happened at Y and B had to take and suffer the repercussions? Normally, it's text.
Nah, man, we can spoil it right now because all the people who want to see Game of Thrones have seen it. Here's the spoiler, guys. Don't watch the end.
It's just like, watch the first 6 seasons and imagine the rest, bro. Write your own fan fiction. It'll probably end a little bit better. I'm just saying, hey.
Here's the spoiler, guys. The Night King starts a war.
Ooh, zombies. Ooh, it's spooky. I mean, it's like when someone's like, oh my God, did you see the Star Wars spoilers? And it's like, how could I not? And if you're going to talk about video games at this juncture, there are people a week before the games even come out, or a couple of days before the games come out. There's these YouTube channels that like legit upload the entire story in its entirety because they got like a dev copy or, a review copy of some sort, and they got the game early, or in worst case scenario, they get the game early, beat it, have all the cutscenes already rendered, and it's just scheduled to drop literally as soon as the embargo's over. It's all on YouTube.
All on YouTube.
So if you're thinking a screenshot's gonna, like, I just feel like that's a waste of technology. Like, I've never, like, maybe I just don't use the the console's UI and friend options as much as I should, maybe. But I feel like, who is going on PlayStation to check other players' social media? I don't know anybody who does do that.
I only do that in passing. It's like, oh, I turned it on in the menu. It's like right there. It's like, hey, what's new? This person posted something. All right, cool. Anyways, I'll see what games I have to play now and go about playing my games.
Because I don't like, I guess if it's like right in your face, maybe. But like, bro, when I boot up my PlayStation, I'm there to play the video game. I'm not here to look at the what's new section. I scroll right on past that shit like I didn't even see it. I pay
Hey
it
man,
no
it's
mind.
an experience, sir. It is not just a video game. It is a true experience this
Look,
time.
I heard the same thing when the Xbox One said it's going to be the water cooler of video games. No, I didn't fucking forget. You guys said this shit, and it's still dumb even 7-8 years later than it was the first time I fucking heard it.
What are you talking about, man? Party chat is the water cooler of video games. You get to sit there with your friends and shoot the shit about, you know, stuff that's HR appropriate. So, you know, it's not like people on Xbox say horrible things about other people.
There's a level of sarcasm in there that I can't even begin to chisel at with the mightiest and sturdiest of construction tools. There's a layer of that's just secreted over the mold of your statement that, like, I don't even think a jackhammer would be able to break through. But you can't say things like that because people will take you seriously. Like, what? You've never been on Xbox Live. That's how you get those people in the YouTube comment section. You know, they bust out the controller, they bust out the young keyboard, and they go, hold on, let me open up my favorite apparatus, youtube.com. Then they got to crack the fingers and go, listen here, you little silly Billy. I cannot believe that you would dare say that people on Xbox Live are not toxic. Sony, PlayStation matters and is the better system. Always has been, always will be. You fuck.
Well, after that comment gets put onto YouTube, then someone else comes in and goes, excuse me, sir, you're false because PC is actually the master race. You're actually on a PC right now typing your comment, so I believe
and
that's check and mate.
You know what they'll do after that? Wow, look at these cultural appropriating pieces of shit. I always knew that the PC people were toxic. Look how they prefer to call themselves the master race. Yes, that's right. I always knew that it was the white supremacists who only played on the personal computer platform. Check and mate.
Get me off the boat.
But you see it though. There'll be people in these YouTube comment sections that are having like World War III in their own mind. Makes no sense how they jump to some of these conclusions and how they got there, but they do. Hilarious to watch, but equally disturbing. I can't really put a price on admission, but sometimes you watch it from afar and you go, man, can you believe that? Can you believe that people are saying stuff like that? Because like there's like we live in a society now, if you live, well, I should say if you live in America, where there's some people who look at you where you're either a communist who thinks that everybody needs to share everything and nothing needs to be earned ever, or you're a Nazi and there's no in between. I don't know how we've gotten to that point now, but a lot of people are saying like, oh, you're a communist, you're a super left wing. I bet you let guys like Kaiser, that guy with his nice beautiful beard and voluptuous face and, you know, strong muscles, plow your wife. Either that or you or either that. Basically, I'm trying to call them. They either think that you're a cuck who's just going to let everybody just walk all over them and do all that type of weird shit. That
hey, now you're one of those liberals that
there
go
you
out
go
there in the streets of
there
Portland.
You go.
And they're burning down buildings.
There you go.
Trying to take all my money and ruin my hard work and give free money to homeless people.
Even though the far right is also taking your money, but they're taking you for a ride at that.
Excuse me, sir. When they take my money, they don't tell me about it. And since I don't know, I don't care.
And then you got the people on the far left who are just like, what? What's that? a black person who doesn't agree with this white teeny bopper blogger about racism in this one very, very, very specific format? Wow, you must be a self-hating black person. Wow, you must be a Nazi in disguise. Like, there's no middle ground. Like, you can't have a conversation with a lot of these people who are on these political platforms. But hey, I digress.
You see what Twitter has done to us? Like, do you see what we're exposed to daily?
I mean, it's not. It's no secret. Everybody in this comment section right over yonder can see it. You guys know. You guys know.
Some of them might just play video games and stay away from all social media. You know, maybe they have the Facebook that they don't check or something.
We are warning you about the dangers of social media, because now we are allowing anybody with a pulse, anybody with one of these, to get on a platform and say things. Even when the things are so out of pocket wrong, there is no real reason for them to shut the fuck up. Ever. And the thing is, when crazy people talk, other crazy people can find them. Like, for example, there's these QAnon people on the right side of the fence who truly believe that today at a Trump rally, John F. Kennedy Jr., yes, the one who got his head exploded, was supposed to rise from the ashes like a phoenix, show up and show that he was a secret op where he faked his death in order to save the country at a later date. These people are fucking on acid, bro.
Okay. So I did listen to a podcast that like dives into how people get radicalized by groups like that and things like that. And they interviewed this woman. She was like someone's mom, and she literally talked about how it was really nice that like they got on these like Zoom calls and whatnot, and they just like, hey, how's it going, Pam? Oh, Jim, hey, how's your kid? You know, yeah, and they have these like nice conversations with each other and stuff. And then it just goes, hey, did you see what Q said? And then it's just like, all right, now it's time to talk about the pedophiles in the media. It's like, oh, so like they all have this nice community where it's like, it's very nice for that. Like they feel like it's very nice to have friends and like people they can talk to about stuff. And then they just start talking about the craziest shit. And some of them like are just like, okay, I've hit my limit. This is now getting ridiculous. I don't think I believe this anymore. Even though the media is also trying to, you know, mess with my head, I think you guys are messing with my head too. And then they leave. But
yeah, because like they finally realized that it's far worse on both sides than they could have ever imagined.
Yeah, a lot of these people are just happy they have friends that they can talk to about stuff. So it's mind-boggling that it got to a point where they're showing up to Trump rallies. It's like, Trump is the savior. He's here to save us from the pedophiles who are stealing children and trying to take their cells to become immortal vampires. It's just like, all right, Alex Jones,
bro,
where did you come from?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, Alex Jones, like that man needs a patent on crazy.
I still can't get through the Joe Rogan episode with him because like it gets to like he starts talking about his conspiracies and I'm like, I can't hear anymore. It's just so insane. Like I can't hear any more of this at all. Please get this away from me. Yes, and then you have the spliced children, spliced with pigs and cows,
and then he's talking about like I'll never forget that quote of when that man got down, sat, looked the camera dead in the eye like this, and said, "Now you got to understand that like we are on the fourth dimension of existence, and we got to peel back because there's a fifth dimension in which these higher beings are playing us like puppets, where these psychic pedophile vampires." So I was like, who, what? How? Did you get fired from writing some shit on Sci-Fi Channel? Like, it's weird. It's very, very weird.
Scientists have released an announcement that I think they're using the Hadron Collider to finally find a parallel universe in days. So, cross our fingers, guys. Maybe this is the darkest timeline, but we'll warp ourselves into becoming the lightest timeline.
But here's the thing about finding parallel dimensions. Like I get, like I feel like nobody watched Jurassic Park because I feel like there's a whole scene that just beautifully encapsulates all the bullshit that we're seeing right now. All of it.
The one where the animal or where the T-Rex is in town just eating people?
No, I'm talking about the first one when that man said, "I think your scientists started, asking themselves questions like how,
geez.
like whether or not like can we do this? Could we do this?" But they never asked whether or not they should. Like if we find a parallel universe, you cannot walk that shit back. You cannot go back to the time in which we didn't know there was a parallel. Like, what if we go to a parallel universe and it's like what we consider good is evil? So they come here and they're like, hey man, we just start giving people shivs to the neck.
Hey man, what if it's like that one movie that comes on Loco all the time where the guy ends up getting in a car crash and he wakes up in an alternate universe where being straight is persecuted and being gay is the normal thing?
Well, I guarantee you right there that will start parallel universe 1 right there. That would be the first war. First parallel universe war right there.
Whoa.
That shit will start a canonical universal tournament of power. Move the fuck over, Goku. We'll show you how it's fucking done.
Oh my god, if they start a war or something like that. All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
if their universe is as petty and as ignorant as ours, it's guaranteed, bro. It's guaranteed, bro. Easy warfare.
QAnon believers would probably start the war. So I could see it.
Bro, did you see that video clip of that one crazy dude who was just like, let me just tell y'all something. We already know Trump 20. Hold on, I gotta get my eyes all crazy for this. You guys gotta understand that Trump 2020 is gonna happen, all right? We gonna win this thing. But if y'all liberals actually think that y'all are going to be able to beseech y'all commander-in-chief, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be war. War's coming. Me and my boys already gussied up, filled to the brim with ammunition, preparing to gun you down. And I'm like, who is this guy? Who is he?
That guy came out with that after the Proud Boys fiasco, and it's some people are like implying that he's a Proud Boy and he's saying that on behalf of Proud Boys who say that they're not violent, they're just defending themselves, but that guy is nuts.
bro, you can't have a beer belly in making a tough guy video in the kitchen at your dining room table with the cloth on it.
Wow, can't because he has guns.
Wow, don't do that. I don't give a
greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Because he's got guns.
That's his belief on it. He's like,
Big Baldy 12. Appreciate the follow. Wow, I really did. Damn, the double follow, man. We got hit with the double kill. Mitchie is here. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to whatever this is, you know what I'm saying, every now and then we pop open a cold one or we just bust out water because I can't drink on the job. And we just talk shit about everybody. I don't care what your political affiliation is, you will have shit talked about you. That's not cap. It's not cap. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets a taste.
Man, outlandish people are outlandish regardless of party. And
you damn right.
One will tell them that
you damn right.
Like,
but anyways, back to the tech part of this. I know we took a long diatribe. We definitely diluted the conversation here. Don't worry, we're gonna bring it back home.
This is all just to tell you that the PS5 is going to promote 5G. That's right, the true enemy.
Yo, the fact is there are some people out there who are like, did you know 5G is making the children gay? And 5G is the reason why we're getting the coronavirus. I was like, how do you wake up in the morning? Who? What? Where? How? How does one allow that to parse through their lips? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand we do that. Anyway, not much. We just chilling. We just chilling right now. Just relaxing. You know what I'm saying? I know just chatting is a weird space to see me in. Normally I'm actually playing video games, but every now and then we talk. We use the vernacular. You know what I'm saying? You sound like a typical black preacher. Well, I am, excuse me. Well, allow me to tell you there now, Sonny, I am from the South in the Bible Belt. I need you to understand two things there, sonny boy. I've seen whippersnappers like you come and I seen them go.
Wait, hold up. You got to talk like that dude at IHOP, the waiter who tried to like pray for us because we were on our phones.
Okay, so this is a little anecdotal story. This is kind of fucked up. But all right, so we were at IHOP. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning. This was after a tournament. We had just went to our fighting game local. We was chilling, whatever. Came back. I ordered my sweet tea. I already knew it was a wrap because this dude came back and was like, "What's going on there now, sonny? Let me tell you something. Ha ha! I see y'all guys on your cell phones, and I'm just letting you know the war information is coming. I'm telling you, the Lord of the Most High is gonna tell you right now that he ain't really down for these phones. Cause these phones, they robbing you of your freedom and your free will. I'm here to let you know that the Lord of the Most High can save you. But you gotta put down the technology. Cause the war ain't gonna be televised on your cell phones. Oh no, it's gonna be fought on the streets. It's gonna be fought in the dojo. It's gonna be fought on the battlefield of God's green earth and Mother Nature. I'm here to tell you, sir, that enjoy your meal. But before you do all that, sir, I'm here to tell you right now that each and every one of you, matter of fact, can you join me in this here prayer in which I will now bless you and your food and let y'all know about the war of technology and information on their cybernet that y'all ain't ready for. All right. God, please bless these young Negroids' food, and I would like to appreciate all that you done for me now. And I'm like, I went to IHOP, bro. IHOP, help. Help me. This ain't Waffle House. Why am I being accosted?
I just wanted my chicken and mashed potatoes. I think that's the same IHOP that like fucked up my drink every single time, no matter what.
Every time, bro.
Yo, can I get a tropical island? Oh, sorry, you fucked up. This is the strawberry thing. Excuse me, this is totally different. Hey, can I get a iced coffee?
This man said, "Yo, Jordan Peele doing shit." Look, I'm getting tired of this, bro. I've been to McDonald's. I've been to Chick-fil-A. I've been to my local Walmart, and people have called me Jordan Peele by 4 or 5 times. It's ridiculous. I don't see the resemblance. Just because I'm a chubby black dude who wears glasses and has a beard does not mean that I'm Jordan Peele. The fact that you think I'm Jordan Peele, like maybe y'all need to get, maybe I don't need to be the one wearing glasses. Maybe it's y'all. Maybe y'all are out of touch. I know maybe some of y'all, you know, on the Twitch space, y'all are not used to seeing black people, especially not in big 1080p. But maybe you guys are not used to seeing it to the point to where you just think we all look alike. So one dude came in here back when my hair was a little bit poofier. They were like, "Hey, bro, you remind me of Trihex." If anybody knows who Trihex is, great streamer, by the way. Legend of the Mario community. But if anybody knows who that is, Sticks, I look like Trihex, you are on crack.
You mean Trihex, the Smash player?
I mean, he might be a Smash player now. He might be. I don't know.
He is. He is. Yeah. He plays like other fighting games.
This dude said BLM, am I right? Bro, first of all, Black Lives Matter is a movement that got co-opted and hijacked it like years ago. But that's a whole conversation that we're not gonna have here.
Back to the PS5.
Back. Let's rope it back in, guys. Chat, y'all doing too much down there. You're doing too much. But yeah, man.
PS5 comes out November 12th.
I believe so. I believe that sounds right. Second week of November. I know that much.
Launch titles include games such as Demon Souls Remastered and Spider-Man Miles Morales and Sackboy Adventures, whatever.
No, hold on. What was that crackhead game that they had? Oh my god, bro!
Talking about
the
bugs or snacks?
Bug snacks. There you go. Like who's playing that? Who hosted them?
I don't know. Mormon kids.
Okay.
That's my guess. Mormon kids.
This man said Mormon kid. You know what? You're right. You're right, Chief. But hey, Godfall looks dope. I'll give you that one. I mean, it definitely do look like Destiny with extra steps, but it looks dope.
Are you ready for the secret, super duper secret early release game for PS5 though?
And what game is that?
You're not ready for this. You're not ready for this. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Reborn.
I thought you were gonna talk about the new Elder Scrolls, that Elder Scrolls 6 that they teased, and then this man said Skyrim again. I was like, you know
Todd
what?
Howard is gonna come out and he's gonna be like, "It's time for the new Elder Scrolls game right now. Elder Scrolls in space." Actually, Skyrim Reborn.
You're not with these other weirdos in chat. Look, trust me, there's a subset of people out there on Twitch who will legit scroll through. Like, it'll be them and their friends. There'll be a group. And like what they'll do for their Saturday night entertainment is they'll find a black streamer. They'll just find one. Any of them will do. I could do. Soul Fraudulence here could do. Any of them could do. And they'll go to their chat and just start typing things like, "My fellow Negroids. This is Negroid Prime. Hello, Negrodamus." Like,
sound like 12-year-olds.
But that's what they think is entertainment.
We'll tell them to go back to playing Fortnite.
Bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? They're playing Fortnite right now. They're just in queue. They're queued up right now. You feel me? They're in between queues. It's fine.
I've played Fortnite before. That queue only takes 2 minutes.
So you are the 12-year-old Mr. Fraudulence.
I said I played it before. I said I don't play it. I played it before.
Then how do you know about how the queues are now, sir?
A Marvel DLC? That's like that's you know a little that's enough to compel someone to be like, hey.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not talking about Fortnite Marvel DLC. I'm talking about Marvel. Didn't they promise a DLC that was like for Miss Marvel that was supposed to drop like last month, but now it's been moved to November? And I feel like the fact that got delayed, no one's talking about it for that Marvel Avengers game.
Oh, what video game? We don't remember that. Sorry. I think that was in your head. We did not release a Marvel Avengers video game.
Oh, so
that
what?
Was
so
2
what?
Weeks ago.
So what you're saying is that was all again jutsu. The shadow remains cast on that one, huh?
Boy, come on, man! Like, what is it? One of the DLC characters they announced is Hawkeye.
Yep, and he's not in the game yet. I don't think.
Not even that Hawkeye, the other Hawkeye, Kate Bishop.
Oh, yeah, she's not. She's not coming till November either.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, I see someone in the chat, Silver Angel's like, "Nah, man, new game is Among Us." Look, that's cap. Among Us came out in like 2018, bro. That game is like 2 years old, and no one gave a fuck. It was a good game then. Well, it didn't have all its bell and whistles and kinks ironed out, sure, but it was a decent game with a very decent gimmick. No one gave a flying flippity fuckity fuck. All of a sudden, Fall Guys comes out, and people are like, "Hey, you remember the other game that had guys that look like pills? Oh, what's that? Among Us." And then everyone just started jumping on Among Us like it was the new crack. That game's not new. And they've had and shout outs to the Among Us developers because they're genius. Instead of making an Among Us 2, they decided to stop development on Among Us 2 and compress all the new features in that Among Us 2 and add it as free DLC as a patch to Among Us 1. Thus bolstering their sales to even grander heights that they weren't, even like it wasn't even foreseeable that they would hit these sales numbers because the game released 2 years ago and no one cared.
Hey, so, Kaiserth, were you in Medbay? Because I think I saw you on cams and you just murdered someone and then you vented. So, yeah, nice try. I know that you're an imposter. It's too late. We're tossing you. You're getting tossed.
Nah, bro, not me.
Well, definitely couldn't be me. I was just doing my tasks. What are you talking about? I was also in Medbay. That's why I saw you kill someone in Medbay while I was on cams. So now that he's gone, it's time to really talk about the PS5. So who's buying it on day one? You guys? Because I'm not. I'll wait. We'll see how it goes. I don't need the next gen in my heart yet because I still have the current gen. I still have a PS4, and that still has games for me to play. Video games such as Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
I come back and this man's still on this fucking Skyrim point, dude.
Well, what are you talking about? That is the only video game that matters, clearly.
I mean, you're not wrong, but talk about me going in the vent. Talk about me going in that vent one more time, and you're going to be looking down the barrel of this, big boy. That's right. Also, if Skyrim's coming, Resident Evil 4 and GTA 5 are not going to be too far fucking behind.
Nah, man. Nah. GTA 5, maybe. Resident Evil 4? No. They're going to do Resident Evil 4 remastered, sir. Which is already being developed right now. What are you talking about, man?
You're
There's no
not
Resident
wrong.
Evil 4 anymore. There are no
You're
vanilla
not wrong.
Resident Evil games.
Also, you see how the trio of trolls that came in here, and you see how like I just straight up ignored them, and you see how they're gone already. You see, they wanted a big bolstering reaction, and they didn't get it, so they left. That's how you handle trolls, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get rid of them. When you start giving them this super amount of attention that they so desperately need because no one in their life would give it to them.
I didn't know this was Clout.PSA. Damn.
I had to let them. You gotta let them know, man. A lot of people hate trolls, and they say, I hate trolls, and they bother me. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the formula to get rid of them. There's 3 ways. 1, look at them and go, that's nice. Ignore it and move on. Number 2.
Bro, you don't understand my experience. I'm a famous streamer, thank you. I've got like 12 million views per stream, and I've got so many people saying stuff to me all the time in my stream.
I wish I had that problem. I wish I had somebody talking about, hey, bro, you ugly. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I might be ugly, but my paycheck is looking better than yours. So anyways, I'm moving right along with whatever the fuck I was doing. But that even that aside, the other way you get rid of them is what we do, or at least what I do. I don't know how Subtle Frostless goes about it, but like you play along a little bit, you grab them a little bit, you yoink them on in, and then when they're like, oh my God, Senpai notices me, ghost them. Just stop talking about them. Just keep it pushing, moving on somewhere else. Gone, bye, hallelujah, see you later. Hit the road, hit bricks, and then eventually they'll be like, fuck, he's good, and they'll leave.
Nah, man, I learned from Meta Streamer Prime that all you have to do is say, hey, yo, don't ask me about my personal life. Get that ass banned.
All right, low tier biscuit. I understand.
Biscuits.
Yep, LTB, bro. LTG might be copyrighted, so I gotta say LTB, bro.
Copyright. Oh shit.
I'm not trying to fuck around with these copyright laws these days, especially when this got to get uploaded on Twitter. You know how the bot be. If I say low tier redacted, hey bro, they might be like, oh, it's a low tier redacted video. Time to get that ass hit by the algorithm, and I don't want that.
You mean to tell me that I have to talk about Dr. Respect instead of Dr. like,
No, what are you talking about? It's definitely Respect MD.
Okay.
It's Respect MD.
All right.
There you go. My man is a scientist, not even a full doctor. It's not good, bro. It's not good. But y'all know the vibes. But speaking of that, Spider-Man PS5 is going to be a launch title for the PlayStation 5, and a lot of people are like super up in arms about that game. Not because of the character, not because of his origin story, not because they're going to handle how the previous game on the PS4 deals with his transfer of being a regular New York street kid with a tragic backstory and losing his father into turning and blossoming into a young superhero who's going to have his own pros, minuses, yada yada.
You're spoiling the first game that people should have played by now.
Look, if you don't know that and you're jumping into Miles Morales, well, hey, Mazel tov, tip of the cap to you. Now you know.
Hey man, I read the comic books. What are you talking about? I just
I don't believe that. That's cap. That's Mondo cap. Anyways, but anywho, they're upset at the game, and some of them are even going as far to say that they're going to boycott the game because it's tough for me to say this out loud because it's so ridiculous and ludicrous that somebody would even say this, but they are going to boycott the game and are disappointed in the game because in a screenshot of the game, he is not wearing the Jordan 1 high tops. He was wearing Adidas. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, what are you talking about, bro? The shoe game is the most important part of the character. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro,
like, how am I
on.
supposed to relate to Miles if he's gonna wear some whack ass Adidas? Anger.
Bro, I saw all types of hot nonsense in that thread. All right, there was a bunch of people. Like, hold on, let me see if I can pull up some of the gems here. Ah, yes. If they were gonna give him Adidas, they should have at least given him Yeezys. These match his costume color scheme.
And then pay Kanye money.
No. They would have to pay Kanye money, but they were like, nah, these people wanted Yeezys. Okay. Then Somebody responded to that saying, the fact that the fact that Miles is black, yet they didn't think to give him some Yeezys is proof enough that no black person was involved in the development of this game.
The fuck?
Oh no, these weirdos exist, bro. They exist. Page number 2. Man, y'all blowing me at this.
Profile picture?
Nah. Y'all blowing me at this point. Just fucking keep the outfit, bro. If you weren't gonna make it like the way it was in the movie, why put it in at all? Y'all white asses don't even understand why it was cool for him to have on the J's. Y'all don't understand the culture at all. Followed up by
it is okay.
Jordans are something that the same dude that said the last comment. Let me finish his thread first. Jordans are something that every little black boy in America is conditioned to like. When you take away those shoes, it takes away a big portion of what Spider-Verse did right. The whole characterization gave Miles some personality and connected him to modern black culture. Adidas aren't celebrated in black culture. It's just not the same and ruins the great Spider-Verse design. So, hey, Jordans are just the culture, guys. Just want you guys to know that. Just the corporate branding is the culture. I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that.
It's okay. When the PC version comes out, someone will just mod it to give them Jordans anyways, and then I don't know, maybe they'll get sued.
Now I will say this: the Adidas that man had on in them screenshots, them bitches was ugly. I'm not gonna cap about that.
Oh yeah, they were.
Those were some ugly shoes. Okay, what I'm not about to do is sit up here and lie to y'all, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm not gonna do. I myself have a couple of pair of Jordans, that I think are very stylish and very dope, but I also have many pairs of Adidas that I also think are really dope. I could go grab them, but I don't want to have a stream where I'm flexing on people, because I feel like come on, bro. Who's really about to flex on some shoes on a podcast about video games? That's fucking stupid. That's what the Instagram is for.
If they came from Converse, we wouldn't have this discussion. Everyone would be totally fine.
But what if he had Vans on, but they look like sneakers?
That would probably fly too. What if they just gave him non-brand sneakers? That actually would have solved the problem for everyone involved.
Well, hey, what are you talking about?
No one would have had to pay anyone money
and
for shoes.
And that one screenshot, he got on those shoes that look exactly like the high tops that everyone wants, but they don't have a Nike switch on them. I said, yeah, them the Jaiko Mordens. My man had Jaiko Mordens, bro. Nah, never mind. Those were the Michael B. Jordans. My bad. There you go. Just give him Tim's. He got Tim's. He genuinely does. In the reveal trailer, when he's walking with his homeboy, he comes out in the jacket and he's got on the butters. That's something that they already did. So to say that they have no idea what folks be wearing in urban cities is bullshit. They know. Clearly they know.
What if this was some sort of ploy from Sony to help Adidas, lift their brand, because Adidas is not doing well right now. Weren't they gonna have a deal with Drake? And then Drake was like, "Nah, get out of here, Adidas. I don't want you anymore. I'm the boy." First of all,
let's call out the poppycock right now. We all know damn well if push comes to shove, the Spider-Verse costume is going to be DLC that you're going to be paying $5.99 for. All right. Plus, a lot of people are saying, what if it's not in the game? It's what if it's not in the game? Let me put it to you like this. Do y'all not remember the first game had 30 to 40 costumes? It'll probably be in there somewhere. But at worst, it'll be DLC.
I want to stop you right now, because the first game, it did have, I think, some DLC costumes that came with the definitive edition, but the costumes that mattered were costumes that you could unlock. So
they even gave you a Sam Raimi fucking suit. Calm the fuck on, guys.
Yeah,
to say it won't be there that's a stretch.
It'll be there.
It's a stretch.
I don't think it'll be $5 DLC just for this costume. It'll probably be
I don't mean just for the costume. I mean it'll be you're gonna get a Spider-Verse-esque inspired mission and the costume. I don't mean you're gonna pay $5.99 for a skin. That's ridiculous. That is a gross overestimation of what a skin is worth.
You got to remember that we have video games that do that now. So it is ridiculous, but it's happening. So we got to make that distinction.
Yeah, but this isn't. But this isn't made by EA though. You feel me? Like if this was an EA.
5.
Yeah,
But
shit.
Okay.
But DOA was just the origin story for OnlyFans. All right, let's not. They knew what it was. They knew what it was then and there.
That's your ledge, man. That's your ledge to stay on right there. I'm not saying all that.
No, I'm sitting
Definitely
right there
not
on the
saying all
overhang, swinging my feet on the ledge. Yep, that's me. How you doing? I said what I said. Was it not? Did you not see how much they were charging for skins? Like if you bought like just a third of the skins, that was over $400, man.
Yeah,
you ain't even buy half.
I can't contest with that. Yeah, that's true. That game has very expensive DLC, and it was mostly just skins for these characters, mostly the women.
It was a prototype of OnlyFans, and that was for virtual titty. What do you think these people are going to come out of pocket for the real fleshticles? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Back on track with what we were discussing here. I think Spider-Man PS5 is going to be in a good spot, but as I've said, I don't really see a fucking reason to get the PS5 version if the PS4 version is also going to exist.
Let's also mention this. PS5 Spider-Man is also going to have a remaster of the, original of the main game. And that remaster is going to have a new face for Peter, even though the full game has been out with all of his DLC for quite some time, and they're like, now we've got to change his face. It's another like Tomb Raider situation where it's like, now that it's on a new console, we should give the character a new face because we can put our time and effort into that instead of, I don't know, something else with the game, like a new feature or, like introduce like a new battle mechanic that'll also be in the Miles Morales version or something.
Facts. But hey, I don't want to say necessarily it just is what it is, but I mean, if we're being honest, I mean, let's face it, folks. I mean, I'm not here to hang out the developers high and dry, but it's just like, it just feels like a change that nobody asked for.
It is.
Like, I don't know who was asking about, oh my God, Peter, his face. I don't know where that complaint was. Like, this isn't the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Nobody was distraught at the fact how the protagonist looked. I mean, to be honest, I heard more trolls on the internet complain about how Puddles looked in the final version of the game than I ever did about Peter's fucking face.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was a thing that happened. There were people out there, like there were some people who were just trolls, but then there were some Xbox fans who were like, look at these Puddles, whack. Xbox One would never do something like that to me. And I'm like, what?
Yes, they would.
What are you?
They would do worse.
I'm like, what are you guys talking about? First of all, like this whole console war situation makes no sense to me. Like these are pieces of plastic made by multi-million and billion-dollar corporations, and meanwhile y'all out here like swinging your penises at each other, having like double-edged sword fights over which piece of plastic is better than the other piece of plastic. I don't really understand how you think you could devalue somebody because they play on a different piece of plastic and electronics than you do. That's fucking stupid. Y'all be yelling at each other, but then y'all get mad when the PC people come along and say PC Master Race. Acting like y'all don't do that to each other like almost every damn day on social media. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Some of y'all just out of pocket all the time because y'all ain't got nothing better to do. I'm telling you, some of y'all cannot keep the same energy once quarantine is over. When we got to start seeing each other again at some of these events, y'all see all these people y'all been talking shit about. Y'all gonna be giving each other back pats and handshakes when y'all see them in person. But that's another discussion for another time. Especially for you fighting game folk, and y'all trust me. Anybody who's seen the NRS community like consistently have somebody implode like every month for like the past quarantine months. It's been a sight to see. It's been annoying. And it's not the community as a whole. It's a very, 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 very vocal minority of people who find themselves in these compromising positions. But like it or not, hate them or love them, at the end of the day, it's still fucking embarrassing to know that these people are going to see each other and just give each other high fives and handshakes like they never said any of the fuck shit that they said about each other. It's going to be quite comical for me. I don't know how you guys think. Leave comments in the YouTube section below. But moving past that, I gotta say, Spider-Man PS5 will be just fine. But I was looking at these other launch titles like Demon Souls. Like, people don't even know if that's coming to PC. Because remember, the trailer said like, yeah, PC and PlayStation 5. And then it was like, oh shit, fuck, I don't think we meant that. Hold up, disregard the trailer, PS5 exclusive. But then there's some people like, wait, fuck, I don't know, shit, could be on both console. I don't timed exclusive. Could be Bloodborne. And nobody really knows what they're doing with that. But once again, I'm sure that game will be phenomenal as well for you guys who are into the Soulsborne series and games of that archetype. Let's see. You got Sackboy, you got Godfall, which is a Destiny with extra steps. We got Ukulele 3 called Bugsnax, Astro's Playroom, because apparently Astro is coming back for the PlayStation. I guess that's really, they're doubling down on that being the mascot for the PlayStation brand, which, hey, look, I guess that's what you want to do. But you know what it reminded me of? I don't know if y'all remember, like, I want to say it was like mid 2000s. There was this like brand of toys where there was a robot that looked just like that robot, and they had like a dog companion, and the dog's face was like a big visor. I forget what the fuck they're called, but if you guys know, please leave that in the comment section below. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like a dancing robot dude. If any of y'all know the name, please let me know. Fill me in. I would love to talk to you about it. So after that,
here's the problem with the Astros thing, though. I guess Sony just forgot like the first, I don't know, like 2 to 5 months that PS4 came out, and Astro Playroom was like one of the only games that you could really play, and people were just streaming themselves like fucking.
Yeah, like the first like launch cycle of consoles. Like, I'm telling you, like, ladies and gentlemen, boy, if you went on that Playroom, yeah, you saw some people in the Playroom. Let me just say, there was you were taking the first and last stop at Penetration Station.
You're like, it became Chatterbait super fast, and I mean, had to roll it back.
I mean, there were memes about like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want to know why they don't be doing that shit on Xbox? Because no one on Xbox got girlfriends. And I was just like, y'all have somehow found, like, console war folk have found a way to turn this into a positive. Y'all's mental gymnastics game, S tier. I clap. Y'all really know how to move them goalposts. Y'all really do. It's phenomenal work. Phenomenal work.
Girlfriends that play on Xbox. What do you? Huh?
Look, bro. They don't. When it comes to thinking things through, they never did that. All right, like let's not.
All right, well,
let's not act like they've begun thinking at any point in time that was anywhere near recent. Okay, let's not do
stuck
that.
At home. You know, when you're stuck at home for quite some time, as we're all finding out, you know, something just happens.
Things get a little rough, you know.
Yeah,
things get a little
yeah. I mean, like, this entire week, I thought it was September. I was like, oh shit! Like, I literally, like, yesterday looked and I was like, oh shit, it's October. Oh,
yep, Halloween's coming up, which makes me very sad because me and a certain homegirl of mine were supposed to be hanging out at AWA this year, but AWA canceled. Yep. Big F's in the chat-a-roonies, ladies and gentlemen. Big F-a-roonies. But
HouseCon 2020, let's go.
Woo! HouseCon boys. But yeah, the rest of the launch lineup is Destruction All-Stars, which is like the Twisted Metal Jet Set Radio Burnout game, which, like, we really don't have enough to go on for me to tell you if that's going to be good or bad, but it definitely looked like a game that probably shouldn't be $60, but hey, or $70. I don't know how these next gen prices are going to work, because, you know, there's been rumors they're going to be $69.99 as opposed to $59.99. And if that's the case, I definitely don't need to be touching the PlayStation 5, because there ain't shit on there that I think is worth $70 fucking dollars. Because who would have thought? Who would have thought all these indie game titles would start getting so much play as of late? Just due to the simple fact that all these other consoles and like big AAA studios are pumping so much money into the production costs of their game that their game's actual cost to play them is going to go up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, everything that's on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 libraries right now, there isn't a fucking game on there that I bought where I was like, yeah, this was worth $60. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some games where it's like, all right, you know, that was a good playthrough, sure, but $60, kind of steep. And y'all know I bought a bunch of fucking games to play for you guys, and a lot of them were like, this is $60. No one told y'all to put like a $50,000 budget just on one character's fucking finger. All right. No one told you to make an overall $300 million, cinematography experience for me to indulge myself in your fucking
Or
video
spend
game.
4 years on a rock.
Or spend a presidential election cycle on a fucking rock. No one asked you guys to do any of this, but you did it. So why should my wallet have to suffer? Like, let's be honest. I played Last of Us 2. $60.
It was not.
Like, I'm just saying, like, back in the day, you could spend, like, there's some shit now from, like, the arcade days or even, like, the Super Nintendo where you could play these games, like, 400 times and have a different experience every single time, as y'all saw earlier with that video that's going to drop, I think, right before this one, the Power Rangers playthrough. I've been playing that game, like, forever, and that game, I find new tech in that game every fucking time I boot it up. A lot of these newer games, like, you play that bitch once, that's it. Everything becomes flaccid after that point. Like, you're not even really here for multiple playthroughs. And like I think one game that I do think was really worth it was Ghost of Tsushima. That game is really good. Control, I still don't think was worth $60. It was a good game, but I don't think.
Man, the $40 definitive edition is out now.
Yeah, but here's
some people got a free upgrade for a day. So hey, there's that.
But what if I want a free upgrade? Nah, $40. But why? So then, like, as you guys know, like, if you look at the Nintendo Switch, like, if you really think about it, Mario Maker 2, while a good game, that's not a $60 game. And anybody who played $60 for that game, you got hoed. You got hella hoed on that one. Hoed. You got hoed. Smash Bros, I think just due to the fact of the volume of content in the game, it's worth being $60 because, I mean, that's 80 fucking characters, bro. That's, well, I guess I should say it's more like 64.
It's like 60, yeah.
Because you only get up to 80 to get like the extra, money. Yeah. So it's like 64.
A pass,
yeah. So I mean, that's up to you. I mean, I can see the argument for that game being worth $60. Like, technically, it's less than $1 per character. That's kind of huge. But speaking of things that are not going to be $1 a character, what about that new Guilty Gear, my guy?
Wow. So, hey, there's a new character that got announced. Gianna, I don't know, business casual lady with wolf. And also Angie Mito is coming back. Isn't that crazy, guys?
That's crazy,
also,
bro.
The game is gonna have 15 characters at launch, and the UI is still scary.
Okay, the UI is much better though. Like, I like, is it scary? Oh, it's still not. It's not in a good place right now, but it is worlds and leaps, eons better than what we got in that beta. Because in that beta, it was like it made you want to dry heave when you looked at it. Like, I did not need to see font size 467 17 pop up on my screen with a 17 hit combo. Yes, it doesn't say 17; it says 17. There's actual words that come up that say 1-7. Not 17, 17. I keep saying this over and over because it's so stupid, and I need people who don't play fighting games or Guilty Gear or have seen the beta videos, which I have a YouTube video on. Maybe you should check it out. Wink. But that being said, shameless plug aside, 17? What? Come on, guys. You guys know that's trash. But the other big news that came out about Strive is, did you know they're getting rid of the ranked mode feature? There will be no ranked in Guilty Gear Strive. They are fully doubling down on
that tiered system with the 8-bit menu where you just go on floors to fight people of a higher level or experience. Or
it's literally a Tower of Babylon ranked structure. Like,
right.
Imagine if a lot of you have played Dragon Ball Fighters, if you guys have played fighting games, so you guys might know what this means. You don't have ranks and you don't have points or score. Imagine if there was no Cybermen, Pride Trooper, Super Saiyan, Blue, Namekian. Like, imagine all those ranks on the tiered ranking system didn't exist. The only things that existed were dark blue square, light blue square, dark green square, light green square, yellow square, red square, pink square. Imagine if only square colors or what mattered. That's what they're doing with the floor system. So if you're a floor 5 player, that probably means you're average. If you're a floor 3 player, you're probably below average. If you're a floor 9 and 10 player, that means you're probably really good, maybe even tournament level. The issue with that is there's going to be a wide disparity of player skill within these tier groups. Because if everyone's going to start off on floor 1, or if they're going to have like the calibration thing that they had in the beta where you play an AI, because, once again, if you play the AI, you can easily game the AI because it's an AI. So I don't really think that's a good way to judge anybody's skill. Because, someone like the game, like you could like find some stupid exploit where like the AI doesn't know how to fight like biking or some shit. You just do like jump back, heavy slash, jump back, heavy slash, jump back, heavy slash, and the AI just runs into it ad nauseum, and you just get like, oh, you got 2 perfects. All right, we'll see you on floor 7. Then you get to floor 7, and you got people around here who are just YRC and your shit and Millie rocking your fucking shit in the fucking corner, and you have no chance of victory. And the game's like, damn, bro, that's tough titty meat. You lose. You don't want that. I just feel like I don't know how this tiered system is going to work, because I don't know if any of you have ever played casual matches in Dragon Ball, but like you could fight some pink squares and it's like, man, is this dude the skill sage, bro? Like, holy shit, is this no Kami? Who the fuck is Millie rocking me like this? But then sometimes you can fight a pink square and it's like, bro, who the fuck did you fight? Because you clearly were beating up on 4-year-olds because you just doing instant air medium and like getting blown the fuck up and just doing random super dashes, getting 2H to the moon and back.
And auto combos.
Exactly. Because look, I'm not trying to downplay my skill in the video game, but there's a huge difference between my skill level and say, let's pick a YouTuber at random, like not trying to call anybody out, and like Lotus Isakura, right? Let's just pick him, right? And then like a Nokami or a Goichi. But if you look at the game, we would all be pink square players. Out of all those people I just mentioned, if I played any of them, they would jump off the top rope, do a swanton bomb into the most beautiful, perfectly pixel perfect elbow drop right on my heart, and just eviscerate me into the shadow realm. I would just get destroyed. I am well aware of this. I don't play the game like that. I would get railroaded, completely destroyed, annihilated, eviscerated, evicted from the game would be so ugly. The PS4 would literally just eject the disc and say, "Here, bruh, I'm gonna just see you out on this one, all right? I'm looking out for you." It'd probably be that bad. But when you look at, a Lotus Asakura versus like a Goichi or, these other top tier players, he might get the wiggiest of washes, and there's a giant disparity between Pink Square, which I think is going to be the same problem that is going to befall this floor system. Time will tell, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Also, randomly enough, Plus R is getting rollback netcode. I don't know who came up with that decision.
Rollback netcode. Let's go. Just like the beta for KOF 98 Ultimate Match. Let's go. Rollback so we can play at home and enjoy it. Oh, man. Not like that Street Fighter 5 netcode or like that Dragon Ball Fighter Z netcode or, like not that delay-based netcode. Like, oh, man. The rollback? Oh, GGPO? Oh.
Also,
now I can YRC with Testament, the character that won't return
ever
because he's too good.
but I will say this: I have to ask this simple question. I know that no matter how you feel about the game or how you may like the game, giving Plus R rollback netcode is interesting. But I feel like they're doing this as a test to do rollback netcode for Strive, which is fine.
Yep.
But I feel like they're being passive aggressive about rollback netcode. Like, oh, you guys want to make us use that weird Western netcode? Fine, we'll use it, I guess. But we're taking ranked mode and you're only getting 15 characters. Fuck you. Like that's what it feels like. I know it's not that, but boy, is it a compelling argument, tinfoil hat conspiracy theory to think that way.
It's because Japan doesn't care about like netcode that much because all of their netcode infrastructures work well for them because Japan is pretty small.
Japan,
so they don't have the bad experience.
The entire country of Japan can legit fit within Texas, the state. That's not even an exaggeration. Like,
yeah, it's not.
Japan is tiny, but not only is it tiny, their lifestyle and their culture has really expedited their infrastructure's growth on how they handle internet. Like, you can go anywhere. You can go into some hole in the wall ass place. I guarantee you they got some of the dopest and fastest internet you're going to fucking find.
Exactly. America is not like that at all. You'll find some parts of America that don't have internet.
Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I guarantee you, if you go to Japan, you cannot use the words McDonald's Wi-Fi as an insult, because I guarantee you their McDonald's Wi-Fi isn't even Wi-Fi. They probably have Ethernet cables coming from the fucking ports out of the walls, and that shit will probably be faster than the shit you got at your house that you pay hundreds of dollars for.
It gets throttled all the time, so you can pay more hundreds of dollars for.
And plenty of time on the phone yelling at your ISP like, hey, bruh, I know what my speed's supposed to be. Make my speeds my speeds. Like, come on, bro. You already know that it's not. That's not what you want. That's not what you want.
Let me tell you about my internet experience right now, because I moved into my apartment, right? And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we got a deal on your internet." You know, it's like, "Oh, it's gonna be like $40. $40 a month for Spectrum." And Spectrum is the only one that fucking services your apartment complex anyway. So you have to buy it if you want internet, anyways. Oh, okay. Well, 40 is not bad. That's cool. $5 to rent a router if I don't feel like buying my own. Okay, cool, right? And then all of a sudden, like, I want to say 2 months ago, I look at my bill and it's like, yeah, your next bill is going to be like $64. And I'm like, I called them up and they're like, oh, what you didn't know, sir, is that when you signed up, we had a special deal, a special promo going on for you. And that promo only lasts a year. So now that price is gone. And now you're for the real original price.
Nah,
but we can add like
they can't
a
do
special
that.
promo for this time.
They can't do that.
It's
they can't do that. That's me to switch to a new ISP right then and there. Because I don't know if you know about this. I don't know if you know. A lot of ISPs, and this is the fucked up predatory nature of working in some of these places, especially if you're on a mobile carrier. They treat someone pulling out of the service or of the subscription, and you were the one they talked to, that goes on your record. They act like you're the reason why they canceled.
Right.
So that's why some of these people will jump through all of the dumbest hoops in order to get you to say that they'll offer you shit they damn sure ain't supposed to offer you. So yeah, I'd call up and be like, yep, I'm done. I'm just going to go to another carrier. Just go ahead and close up my service. They'll offer you some shit then. I guarantee you.
I mean, maybe I should just pull out my Karen powers and just cause a ruckus over the phone, and then show up to the site and cause more of a ruckus and be like, look, I'm sick and tired of you jerking me around here. I am an American citizen. And then just go on some crazy route about that, and then end up into racism, then be like, Black Lives Matter, sir. What are you talking about right now? How dare you raise the prices of my internet as if I wouldn't notice? I do not deserve this as a red-blooded American living in the state of Georgia. Thank you very much.
Red-blooded. I know what that's code for. The misogynist. Oh wait, you haven't seen that? Okay, you may not have seen that. There was a video where he said, I'm a red-blooded, hot-blooded American just like anybody else. That's why when I see a fine girl, I'll slap her ass. I was like, whoa! Too far, but hey, whatever, dog. But yeah, rounding out that launch lineup, it's going to be Borderlands 3, Fortnite, Destiny 2, Observer, System Redux, and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold Motherfucking War. So, shit I don't care about. But hey, the only thing in this launch lineup that I think I even care about may be Miles Morales, Godfall. Yeah, I think that's it.
Hey man, what about Demon Souls Remastered? What are you talking about?
I'm not a Soul.
Great video game.
Look, I already said it's gonna be a great video game. I just don't care about Souls games. That's what I care about. But I have no doubt that it'll be a great video game. I have no doubt. If you're like I said, that's why I said. That's why I gave that caveat earlier. If that's the type of game that you are into, I'm sure it'll be phenomenal. I just don't give a shit. But we will see when the time comes, because trust me, I know people are just ready to give some of these games a silver tongue lashing and just scathing reviews. Because I mean, I think we've seen it at this point since Last of Us 2 dropped. There are some people who hate Last of Us 2 like it's a part of their culture and their lifestyle, which I don't even get. Like, sure, I don't like the game, but I feel like I'm happy that the game exists now because of how pissed it made people.
Yeah.
There are people to this day who are talking about the shit on Twitter like, yo, let it go. Who hurt you? Let it go.
The moment is over. Like, the moment is over. Just let it pass.
Like, I was honestly a huge super like Omega Star Wars fan. Then the sequel trilogy came out and like the movies was fucking ass. But you don't see me like literally exploding and seething and like bursting at the seams every single time we talk about Star Wars to just talk about those movies for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, making oodles and noodles and content every single day to just shit on the same 3 movies that have come out either as long as like what 5 years ago, 3 years ago, and last year. Like I don't who has the time? Who should have? Who?
People at home. At home during a pandemic.
But they were doing it before the pandemic, bro. You know they come on, bro. Don't do that.
Because they were at home, man.
Yeah, you're right. They never went outside.
They never went outside, and now society is like, yo, it's safe to stay inside, actually. We support you.
Hold up. There's one launch title I missed, The Pathless, which is a sequel to a game called I think Abzu is the developer, but they launched the game and like many people liked its art style. It was the game with the weird art style with the little bird eagle thing. I don't know if any of y'all remember that, but it's coming out with a sequel, which is going to be The Pathless. So it looks interesting. Like, I mean, like from the art style perspective, yeah, but like once again, you know, if you're not into super indie games, then this probably isn't going to be a game for you. Also, free plug for a game series that you should get into if you are into finding cheap games. I think they're both less than $14.99 right now on Steam. Guacamelee and Guacamelee 2. I'm telling you right now, you won't regret it. If you're into Metroidvanias and you're into funny fucking shit, that is a game series you need to hop into right now. Clock's ticking. I mean, it's not, but it is. But it's not. But you should get on that. But speaking of getting on that, boy, people have been getting on Billie Eilish for whatever the fuck reason, and I have no idea why. You are the Eilish there expert there. You may even tell me that her name isn't Eilish, it's Elish. But take the floor. The floor is yours on this one.
I mean, yeah, people are getting on her because 1, oh, she's so weird. She's got green hair, sir. 2, she's 18. 3, she apparently cares a lot about the 90s and her aesthetic, and people just don't understand why her music is so popular, even though she's her music is not that great to me. Anyways, the story is that Billie Eilish, being that she has been an 18-year-old girl for some time and she's famous, she had the wherewithal to say people are probably gonna sexualize me if they see that I have certain features that they may like. So she wears a lot of baggy clothes that doesn't show off her figure because she doesn't want to be sexualized. She doesn't want to be like judged for her body, and she also likes the style. That's what I have heard in my research. But now a picture has come out of Billie Eilish in, you know, just like a casual, like a tank top and some, I think they're like cargo shorts. And she's just walking in the street. And of course, paparazzi snapped this photo, put it on the internet. Look at her! Oh my God, look at her! And now, of course, people are like, oh, she's saying she's fat. They're saying all kinds of things about her breasts. They're, you know, sexualizing her in all these crazy ways, like I'd like some of that Billie Eilish, or, you know, like I wish I was the guy that she was, you know, making songs about, or, you know, some nonsense about that. Or they're in their basement and they're just like, yeah, oh man, she's so out of shape. I can't believe everybody cares about this woman here who's so large and fat and blah blah blah. Even though, like, I don't know, that was like Adele's whole appeal to people, wasn't it? And now that Adele lost a bunch of weight, people are like all over her about that. Like, oh my God, it's fat phobic that she would dare to lose all of that weight now. And now everyone says she looks better, and society happens.
Society is full of a lot of trash people. But look, if you're a paparazzi, like, I don't feel like you should have any protection. Like, I feel like if you catch us on a bad day, you should just get jumped. I'm just gonna tell you how it is. Because basically, you get paid to stalk people. That's what you do.
Yo, didn't celebrities get like charged for that? Like, I think like Britney Spears is like a famous example of a celebrity who got harassed by paparazzi all the time and one day just lost it and like attacked someone. And she got all kinds of like backlash for it. And it's like, bro, these cameras are in her face no matter where she goes all the time.
Like,
and she's had to deal with this since she was like 16.
Cause I saw the Ellis photo, bro. It looked like she was not ready for a pit. It looked like she was like just like doing an errand in the morning to get that shit over with. And they're just like,
it was like she just went to Walmart. She went to Walmart and they're like, oh my God, Billie Eilish. She just came from Walmart. Snap. Oh, I'm going to post this on Instagram. And then someone on BuzzFeed put out an article saying that Billie Eilish is not brave for what is it? Not brave for being out there in the tank top or something like that. Someone basically said that Billie Eilish is not brave, even though people were like, "Oh, it's so brave that she's just out there in her body, and like her body is not the normal size 0 type of body that women aspire to have or whatever." And it's like, she's just living. like I don't think Billie Eilish herself said, "I feel like I'm brave and courageous for having been out in public,
so here's
not
the thing.
wearing."
Here's the thing. This has happened to pretty much every new age celebrity at this point, but especially like people like John Boyega. There are people who have never talked to John, never talked to Billy, haven't met him, haven't so much as like really looked into their craft, don't know about their movies, their songs, et cetera, respectively. And there's just a narrative that these bloggers just start writing about these people. And they just keep writing the shit. They never said the shit themselves. They just keep writing the shit. There's this narrative that they constructed on their own in the media. And because Billy and John Boyega didn't like go demonize those people, they just like whatever. They just were doing them as most people would love to do. When they do anything that even slightly looks like the contrary to it, all of a sudden then y'all start writing shit like Billy isn't special. She's just a normal girl. And it's like, when the fuck did she say she, like, you said that?
Yeah, she's just trying to be a normal girl. She's just trying to, like, chill, make good music. And, hey, she's getting paid for it. Like, that's nice. That's great. That's the best possible outcome for her. But I don't think she started making music to make money or be famous. She made music because she likes it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I figured out the formula, bro. We are so distant from the American dream. The American dream has become being weird, different, and special. Y'all can sit on that one for a while.
It's because that makes you like edgy in some sort of way. Like you have an edge and you have a way for people to notice you because now I'm different. Yeah, guys, I'm a nerd. I like Iron Man. Or,
okay,
yeah,
when
guys,
you said I was about to cringe. I thought you were gonna say anime. And like I felt like my heart just dropped. Like no,
I would never. I mean, anime is a mistake, but I would never insult it like that.
Anime is a mistake, but he would never insult it like that. He said it here first, folks. He said it here first.
I've said it before too. Anime was a mistake. If you don't believe me, watch Domestic Girlfriend. What's the one about the brother? Okay, why don't I find the list of the ones about the brother and sister who are in love with each other? Oh, No Game No Life. There's that Slice of Life one that's about the brother and sister that are in love with each other. I mean, like, hey, man. I can find examples.
I'm well aware. You don't have to talk to me about those.
Yeah. See, you already know. You too have seen the anime, as the kids call it.
Yeah, and at this point, you know what's the worst? The worst thing about anime?
What?
If it wasn't robbing you before, it's robbing you now. Because there's this new game on the block called Genshin Impact. What a segue, folks. And a lot of you guys have been seeing me like stream on Twitch, this very Twitch channel right here, twitch.tv/itsquiz. But that being said, you guys have been seeing me play it on 2 accounts to showcase a lot of different things about the game, a lot of interesting things about the game. And if I had to give it a short little summary review, I would say it is a gacha game that is in disguise, wearing a trench coat, masquerading around as a real game. because it is a real game. End game content does not require you to invest a single dime or dollar into the game, ever. But when you look at how much it costs to get involved into rolling and getting actual different items and characters and things of that nature, that game is robbing you. Because some of you may not know this. The pity rate is around 90 rolls or so. If you put $100 into the game, $100. Oh, excuse me. Let me explain what pity rate is before anyone's questioning that. Pity rate is when you roll. Is when you roll.
Do it for the Fortnite kids.
When you roll into a gachapon, which is basically a slot machine or lottery system where you put in money or currency to get a chance to get a drop, whether it be a weapon or a character. There are some characters that are 4 stars. There are some characters that are 5 stars. There are some weapons that are 3 stars, some weapons that are 4 stars, and some weapons that are 5 stars. That being said, 5 stars are what the pity rate is tied to. So if you don't get a single 5 star within 90 pulls, your 90th pull will guaranteed be a 5 star. But here's the thing. A lot of gacha games, when you hit the pity rate, whether it's Dragalia Lost, Fire Emblem, and I think even Phantasy Star. Yeah, there was Star Ocean. One of those 2 games. No, Star Ocean. There you go. Hold on. Now I'm getting confused. Anyway, point is, most gacha games that I've played as of late, or have seen people play or stream as of late, once you hit pity rate, you get to choose which 5 star you want, because that's the part of the pity. Not in this game. Not in Genshin Impact. In this game, you hit the pity rate, you could get 100% RNG. You'll get a gold, but it could be a gold that you already have. You could get a dupe. And then when you get the dupe, your dupes also reset your pity rate. Now, the reason why I bring all this up is because when you put $100 into this game, you don't even get enough to get the pity rate. Let me explain this again. When you roll, it costs 1,600 Primo Gems. You put $100 into the game, you get 6,400 Primo Gems, plus a bonus 1,600, which means you get how many rolls? How many? Out of a good old-fashioned 8,000 Primo Gems? That means you get 5 10x rolls, which means you get 50 rolls, which means you're barely over halfway to the pity, which means you could put $100 into the game and get jack diddly fuck all. That is criminal. That is highway robbery of the highest order. And the funny thing about it is, I know some predatory math was done in order to get to 1,600 as the baseline amount of Primo Gems that you need to roll 10 times.
Oh yeah, because there are already there's already legislation put out there to prevent companies from going lower than a certain rate, and so they're like, okay, so this is the limit that we have to avoid. All right, let's get as close to that as possible without hitting that, and then we're gonna add duplicates. Oh my god! Now,
like if you get the pity, first of all, like I think the pity rate is still too high. I mean, some games the pity rate is much lower, but like even if it was at where it's at, if you get a pity gold, it shouldn't be a dupe. Unless you can only get dupes at that point. But yo, there's people like there's a dude right now, genuinely right now. He put $5,000 in the game, still doesn't have Kaching. Still does he? Imagine putting $5,000 into a gacha and still not getting every character. Like just think about how stupid that is. Let's just think about how nonsensical that is.
And the game is probably going to avoid that as much as possible because dupes are integrated into the leveling system for the characters. You get dupes, you get to level up certain abilities for these characters. Or you get dupes for weapons, you get to level up certain abilities for the weapons as well. So you want duplicates to level up your weapons and your characters also. So you want duplicates, but you also want characters. And
let me just tell you, the gacha games are always predatory, but this one just feels a little bit sus. However, what it lacks in everything about its monetization and is definitely somewhat made up for. I would say like 95% made up for in its gameplay, because when you first boot that game up, there's about what 25 to 50 hours of content that's just the world feels alive, thriving. There's so much to do. It feels like you're investing yourself in a ocean load of lore. It feels like there's just so much to do, and like the possibilities are infinite and endless. But when you get to the end of like the content that's out story wise, quest wise, it becomes the most barren wasteland game on the history of Earth. But a free to play game that gives you 25 to 50 hours that you don't ever have to spend a single dime on, you can't really complain about that. So, do I recommend Genshin Impact? If you have self-control and don't need to spend money, absolutely. If you're someone who gets addicted to games and needs to spend money like it's cocaine, get the fuck away from that game. Literally go on the Google store right now or the Apple store and literally just block the publisher.
Also, if you're someone who has to have a very specific character that you see in that game, just avoid it. Avoid it also, because you'll be just as bad as the gambling addict who is just like, I just gotta pay money and put more money into this game to roll more things so I can get more items, and you're gonna become that.
Because I've seen what it's done to people. Because there is a guy who is in my Twitter DMs right now. I will not disclose his name. Some of the people who've been on my Discord, y'all now know who I'm talking about. But he's in my DMs. And he's offered me up to $225 for my secondary account just because it has ka-ching in it. Yeah.
$225 is not enough money. So you got to give me at least $500 if you want that account. Sorry.
Nah, see, here's why $225, I might actually let it go. I'm going to tell you why. $500? Actually, did y'all know there's a whole marketplace site that is designed to sell Genshin accounts? Did y'all know there's a whole entire, a whole Amazon.com like marketplace for like all these gacha games?
It's always happens.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was so organized. Like these people have like commercials and like advertisements, like I'm talking about full animations and graphics that pop up. Like, you want me to grind your account? These are the rates, and like these fucking 3D graphics pop up, and it's just like, dude, and like they got jingles and shit. Like I ain't know it was. I ain't know they was out there like that.
Like League. Sites like that for League accounts.
No, I know that.
You want my League?
Yeah, but they ain't got 3D graphics though. my man ain't got infomercials like, hey, I'm Tani G, and I'm not legal. I'm a Genshin Impact grinder. Camera cuts to black and white. Text shows up, shows their adventure rank, their main character teams, yada yada, like mad esports and shit. Like, bro, I was not aware. I ain't know it was out there like that. But anyways, yeah.
Speaking of esports, real quick, Virtual Fighter new game coming out centered by esports announcement. Yeah, Sega did it. Awesome. We know nothing else about it. Anyways, moving on.
So here's the thing about the Virtual Fighter thing. Do you think they will go the way of every other fighting game developer of simplifying their game, or you think Virtual Fighter is going to remain Virtual Fighter?
Virtual Fighter will remain Virtual Fighter because it's Sega that's making this, and Sega is not going to go the route of trying to simplify their games unless there are too many like marketing people in their brains or in their ears, like saying, hey, you got to do that so you can sell more game. You please sell more so that you can make more money and do more things. Don't make this Shenmue, please. Sell more.
But you want to know why? I have scientific proof that Sega doesn't like money, so they don't care about money. Proof is we don't have a Chow Guard mobile game yet. That game would sell like crack in the 80s. They gave you a Chow Guard mobile game. You know it. I know it.
It would have to be
Chat knows it.
Premium Chow Garden game, though. Like, if it's a mobile game, people are going to get pissed.
No, they wouldn't. When I say Chow, like, look.
This isn't... This isn't the quality that I wanted in my Chow Garden game. I wanted this to be on console and it to be at least as good as Sonic Adventure 2's Chow Garden. How dare they put this on the mobile app like Genshin Impact? And now I gotta roll for an Angel Chow?
Yo, rolling for cat. Bro, there would be whales for that game. Let's stop the cap. Let's not give them ideas at this point. Let's stop. Let's just.
If you guys try to take that idea, I will find you and I will sue because we have this recorded.
Yep.
And I'll be like, yo, pay me off.
Yeah, we take commission, Sega. We take commission. Anyways,
Right.
moving past all that brush fire. I feel like we got to talk about it because unfortunately for you, unfortunately for me, why is it here? So you guys know the CEO of Netflix has decided to defend Cuties, right? Did y'all hear about that? He said it was
because Texas, right? Texas is suing Netflix over this movie.
I believe so. And they're going to be taking it to court. And he said, guys, it's just a misunderstood movie about the sexual exploitation of children. I was like, you sexually exploited children to talk about the sexual exploitation of children. There's been plenty of docuseries that have done the exact same thing, but they didn't need to sexually exploit the children. And then,
all right, pause real quick.
Okay.
Pause real quick.
Right.
This is not defense of Cuties, but this is to say that Cuties was made by a French filmmaker, I believe.
Yes.
And
I believe the original name is like Mignonnes. So
yeah, there are quite a few. Yeah, that was the original name. There are quite a few French directors who make movies with the intent on having giving people a very visceral reaction to it by depicting everything that they want to talk about or address in the movie without like cutting out anything. Very, very wild example of this, the movie Irreversible, by the same director who also made the movie Climax and the movie Love, which the movie Love is known for being one of the very few movies to exist that has all real sex scenes that like it's basically a porno. And Irreversible is a movie, a revenge movie about two men who are, they're involved with this woman. Like one of them is dating the woman, the other one used to date her, but he's friends with both the woman and her boyfriend. And they're on a revenge, they're looking for a man to enact some revenge because this man sexually assaulted the woman. The movie at the very end has the actual assault scene depicted like it's a real depiction. Like there's no cutaway or anything. They show it all, and it's very brutal. And the director intended to do this because he wanted to get that reaction out of people.
Yep.
This is like a common movie that passes in that country, and people like watch these movies, and that's that's fine.
Because I think it won awards at Sundance, and people said it was critically acclaimed, and people liked it. So Netflix didn't really see a problem with bringing it into the fold. Now, on that note, all I could say is this: I don't think that many people would have even given two fucks about this movie, but the way you advertised it was 11-year-old watched a twerk team sensation and wanted to join their team. So it's when you write that, what you are saying is it's about an 11-year-old girl who just wants to start twerking on the OnlyFans. That's
right.
That's essentially how you tried to lay it out. And then that thumbnail that you chose for that movie poster that the French version didn't even use.
Yeah, sick. Netflix is the problem.
Netflix,
as far as the controversy is
Netflix is the one who primarily fucked this up. Because if it had the original poster that we've seen in all the French advertisements and the one they used at Sundance, nobody even knows this movie exists.
Yeah, it would have been pushed as a coming of age story about an 11-year-old girl who's who's like a Muslim girl who comes from a very conservative religious home, and she meets these friends who get her out of her shell, and they start like dancing, and then nasty stuff happens.
But the issue with the movie is now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the directors do not have as much say and sway once Netflix gets their hands on the advertising material. But you basically made a movie that used the advertising rhetoric of selling minors, fucking 11 preteens, as sexual material in order to talk about the sexual exploitation of children. That is That is bass backwards.
They exploited children to show the exploitation of children. That's the like biggest problem with that. Like that whole
Like it doesn't make a lick of motherfucking sense.
yeah. They're like, you see these 11-year-olds twerking? This is what happens in the real world. And it's like, why are you okay? All right. Well, if this was like a documentary with like, you know, the like real footage, like if this was like a Dance Moms documentary and showed like, you know, the 8-year-olds are all dolled up by their moms at those dance competitions, and it's like this is what's happening in the
Honey
real
Boo
world.
Boo? What? Dance Moms season 8? Word?
Well,
Because those shows were on TV and y'all motherfuckers ate that shit up and did nothing about it.
you see that her mom is making her do all that stuff, and then she's gonna win the swimsuit competition. And it's like, whoa, guys.
Like, what was it? My mom, rest her soul, she used to watch a show called Dance Moms, and I don't know where the fuck like they took this turn, but apparently there's like some YouTube rapping sensation who does like the Jesus rap named like Maddie B, some white kid.
Oh,
And like I said, I'm not trying to like disrespect the dude, but I mean it's Jesus rap. Come on, guys. But they were doing a dance competition, and I think the winning team got to be in a Maddie B music video. And this one lady just started yelling at this girl, like, "Do you want to be with Maddie B? Then you get out there." And I was like, "What the bro?" And like we had this on national television for how many seasons did Dance Mom have? Hold on, let me look it up. Dance Moms.
yo, you know what's wild?
It genuinely had
Maddie
8
B?
seasons, bro. 8 seasons.
Maddie B is from our area. He's from Duluth.
Well, Maddie B, if I see you on the streets, I still ain't gonna listen to your music.
He's only 17 right now. What the hell? Yo.
No, he was like 13. He looked like a 13-year-old kid.
He was like very, very young when like during the show, but like now, I mean like right now.
Yeah, I know. Now he's 17. But I mean like he was like 13 when the fucking I was like, who?
And they wanted all right. I mean,
You see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Don't end up being the next Rebecca Black where, you know what I'm saying, you know what, we ain't gonna talk about that. That's
hey man, she turned out okay. Like she made that Saturday video.
Look. She is not a problem. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about that
talking
dude.
about the exploitation of her.
That dude who exploited them kids. What is he doing anyway? But that man exploited hella kids. Like I don't know if y'all
exploiting kids. I think
I don't know if y'all remember. There was like these girls could not have at oldest they had to been 12. Youngest 8 or 9. There was 2 young girls. And there's another song that he had, and it wasn't Rebecca Black's Friday. There's one where he had like Chinese food, I think is one song he did with some other chick. But then the 2 like basically toddlers plus came out with a song that was about like a 4th or like a 3rd to 5th grader slinging candy on the streets in a fake mustache like it's crack cocaine to other middle school and elementary school kids, and it's called Skip Rope. I am not making it up. Literally look up Skip Rope. And I think their names were like something and Stacy. So look up Stacy, Skip Rope, maybe throw Rebecca Black Friday on there as well, and you'll get the search results.
Okay,
it's not good.
Record label is called Arc Music Factory. One of the 2 producers involved is Patrice Wilson, a 37-year-old Nigerian man. And the other person is apparently Clarence J, but J is spelled Jey.
Excuse me. So those 11 to 12-year-old kids, those 10 or I should say 8 to 12-year-old kids, whatever the fuck age group they are. Do you want to know what Patrice Wilson named their group? Do you know what their group was dubbed? Do you know what their group was dubbed?
I don't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna get you a picture of the girls. Okay.
Oh, apparently Arc Music Factory has been defunct since 2013. Thank
God.
the stars.
Okay, I'm gonna put them up on screen. I'm gonna put them up on screen. Yes, I know. You guys are gonna be very confused by what you're about to see here. I'm gonna put them up on screen. This is them. This is them right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is them. This is them right there. Look at them. Look at them. What do you think this man called their group?
Kids.
Kids? Okay, kids. Keep in mind, this is a song about slinging drugs under the euphemism of candy. Can't make this shit up. Their group name was Tween Chronic.
Well, Arc Music Factory defunct in 2013, ladies and gentlemen. You see, some people get what they deserve when they sling such garbage out in the world.
You get what you fucking deserve, Maury. And for those of you who didn't really understand what it said when it parsed my lips, their group name was called, all one word, just so you guys could see it. It's fucking terrible. This happened. Then he had a song that was like some white girl that he was like collabing with, and like they were doing like racist shit in a Chinese food song, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, yeah. And then there's a Thanksgiving song, and
not good people. Not good people.
Not good people at all.
But speaking of not good people, Melina's back in Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Why they call it Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate and not Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11 bothers me. It genuinely bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me,
too.
But it kind of chaps my ass. But hey.
This is a naming convention that their series made like popular, that their series use, and it's a nod to the naming convention for their series. So they are allowed to say Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11 because Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is a Mortal Kombat game. So
exactly. And to be honest with you, it just flows off the tongue better to say Ultimate Mortal Kombat than Mortal Kombat number Ultimate. But whatever.
Yeah, Mortal
Fine.
Kombat 11 Ultimate.
It is what it is. I got my boy Rain back, so we in there like swimwear, pun intended.
Yeah, gameplay trailer out.
Yeah. Check out the video in which we looked over and reviewed the footage on that on my channel. But that being said, yeah, like I said, I've been making a lot of content recently. Actually, did you know disaster strikes all the time? Because I've uploaded a video, like 3 to 5 videos a week per week since November of last year. Y'all have volumes of content to look at. Volumes. Just letting y'all know. There's like 175 videos on this channel right now. And unfortunately, if you're not clicking the bell for notifications and clicking all, because apparently you can't just click the bell anymore. So the fraudulent, you can't just click the bell anymore. You have to click the bell, then go into sub options, then click all to get the notifications. Because I had asked some of my viewers, like Sep Twitch, who's donated over like $200 to the stream and the channel overall, has been here subscribing for months, and I mean like years. I mean like he's been around. He's an OG. Like he's basically a founding father of the fucking channel at this point. And he thought that I only upload like 40 or 50 videos this year. Then when I showed him my actual log of videos, he was like, I haven't seen like 2/3 of these. So that's how I know a lot of you guys aren't getting a lot of my videos in your subscription feed, which is very unfortunate. But don't worry, the 200 subscriber special, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because I think that's going to drop 2 days before this podcast is going to drop on Twitch. Because I believe this, on YouTube, because this is going to drop on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm going to drop this on Wednesday on YouTube. Hi, happy Wednesday, everybody. But that being said, yeah. I just don't understand how we let that even happen to the point to where we find ourselves with Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, because we got fucking Rambo.
That's right. It's me. I'm here to destroy everyone in the MK universe. What was it he said in the trailer when they're like, who are you? He's like, your worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. Then he got the rat-a-tat-tat. And look, I understand it fits with the 80s motif of 80s folks showing up, wrecking house with your Terminators and your Robocops. But fucking Rambo?
It's bad random.
Rambo.
Also, the last Rambo movie was bad.
What was it? What was it called? First Blood or Last Blood? No, First Blood was the first movie.
The Last Blood was the last movie.
Yeah, there you go.
It made no sense. It made no sense, and it was not entertaining.
I haven't seen Last Blood, so I can't speak for that. I've seen the
It's
first
on
two.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I ain't getting Amazon Prime. Not for that.
Yeah, I watched it because I have Amazon Prime, and like it was just there, and I was like, you know what? I never watched this when it came out, so I wonder if it's good. And I watched it with some friends, and it was not. It
Nope.
was not even entertaining for like something to laugh at. It was ridiculous.
Just big no bueno. Big no bueno. And yeah, so with Rambo being an MK11, it is what it is. But I did see some interesting system changes that is going to be accompanying the game and the new patch. Because I don't know if you saw the delayed wake up animation. There's an actual animation now. Like the character just like if you delay wake up, when your character goes into prone position, but then they lift their head up to look at you to let you know, like, yeah, I'm not up yet, but I'm thinking about it.
That's a tiny detail,
but it's very important.
It's good that they. Yeah, it's good that they. It's important that they added that, but that's like such a tiny detail that they have to like really put it out there that they've added it to the game. Like, hey guys, see our new delayed wake up animation right here? His head is looking up while he's still laying on the ground to show you that he is doing the delayed wake up. Otherwise, people are not.
But here's the thing, I noticed it during the trailer, so I hope that people who have a keen eye, but that's the thing, a lot of people have a keen eye. They're just like, oh God, rain, woo, splicity splash in the bath, oh God, Rambo, like
I mean, how many times did you watch the trailer though?
That was the first time I saw it, and I was like, whoa, hold on, we're gonna have to go back and look at that because that looked weird. And then we went back and I was like, there it is. So I only had to watch it twice for me to notice it. So it is what it is. It's because I look for these things. Also, there's something that I didn't even notice that someone told me. Looks like Frost's back 2-2 string, the gap will be removed, the first gap. So there'll be a gap between the second mid and the overheads, but not the first two mids. And also, apparently Kodal's strings got buffed, and some of these characters are going to get buffs to their strings to the point to where I know this is going to sound very weird and very foreign to some of you, and I understand that, but they're going to be speeding the game up. Because some of these normals that are big and slow and lumbering look kind of fast now. So we'll be seeing. We'll be seeing. Maybe this is gonna do what Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 did to the Mortal Kombat 3 formula. We're just gonna have to stay tuned and find out. I doubt it because there's no run button, but we shall see. Also, imagine
if they added a run button, I'm all in.
You're all in?
That's yeah, all in. If they add a run button to MK11 Ultimate, all in. I'm gonna buy that version of the game so I can have Sindel, and then I'm gonna the run button all day. That's all I need.
Yo, can you imagine Mean Queen Shiva with the cancels with a run? No, that's not. Is she running? Is she running or is she in the run stance? You don't know. You don't know. 50-50, bruh. 50-50. Whole lot. But yeah, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark here, so I think it's about good time for us to close it out as any. I did the intro. You hit us out with the outro. Take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the outro here. So it's time for me to tell you where you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can go to twitch.tv/subtle fraudulence for all of the real content here. And you can also go to youtube.com/subtle fraudulence. Actually, youtube.com/subtle reference to get all of the great and amazing content from me. And you don't really have to worry about this other guy because, I mean, you already know who he is. And you've already seen his links like youtube.com/Kaiserenth or twitch.tv/itskais. Or is it a Laggin' Kais? Or is it It's Kais? Like, what is it this week?
Actually, it's been It's Quiz for like a fucking year now, and I won't have you sit here besmirching my motherfucking name, Mr. Subtle Fraudulence, Disaster Abdul, Subtle Reference. Who are you, and what have you done with my friend?
I don't see a U in that name. I see a Q. Excuse me, sir. I went to American school in America. I don't know where you went.
American
Conspiracy!
School. American school in America. That man said I'm glad my chat holding my back. Y'all don't understand. My man said the real content. How many videos you uploaded in the past year?
I don't count, man.
You don't count? Is it more than 20?
Probably not.
Probably not. There ain't no real content over there, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't use that YouTube channel yet. I don't use that YouTube channel.
So
yet.
this
Don't
man out
worry,
here
man. It's got
advertising.
videos.
So how you gonna show where the real content at when there ain't no content?
Videos. It's got videos. Don't worry, man. It's got content for them to watch while they wait for the rest of my content to come out. You know, like my solo podcast and also my Twitch streams where I decide to play video games, and sometimes I play fighting games online, and then I remind myself why I don't play fighting games online.
Only the last few statements of that were very accurate.
I don't, you'll see. Don't worry, man. You'll see.
But you'll have to watch him to find out.
Damn right. See, if y'all follow, then y'all get the content. What do you mean?
But no, man. Go follow him. He's the offshore content. You know, he's got good stuff over there. Go ahead and check him out. Check him out.
Yeah. So that was the Clout.WAV suite of part of the Clout.exe suite of products here. This was the podcast. Thank you for being a part of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. The internet was a mistake. The internet is still a mistake. Remember that. QAnon is out there, and they are on the internet. So,
and
for thought, ladies and gentlemen, I am Subtle Fraudulence, and my co-host here is going to go ahead and throw his outro there.
And I am the guy with the motherfucking super scope who makes content that your favorite content creator could never make. So without further ado, I'm just going to press this little button here and it'll do nothing, but it'll make me feel better about myself knowing that I fired the first and last shot. Y'all be easy, stay safe, have good games, and an even better day. Wherever you are in the world. Or else.
Better be America.